2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move, whatever click you choose.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times, I accumulated some good stories. I'm going to share one with y'all today. In the event you happen to like the story, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I drop a story, you will be notified ASAP, and you can hop on it whenever you're ready. Also, yeah, that's me on the intro. Like I told y'all, man, the flow is nothing like Curtis Blow. If you want to check out more of my music, go to my YouTube playlist, scroll down to gas stations, and you will find the rest of my music there. Now let's hop right up into this story. So yeah, what's cracking, man? Y'all see the thumbnail, man. You know, it's Chill Still Active, man. So let me tell you guys how I came about on this topic. So, you know, from time to time, well, not even from time to time, I like to read through my comments and interact with people who take their time to leave comments, because when you leave comments and likes, that definitely helps our videos throughout the algorithm, right? And so I like to go through there and interact with, you know, as much as time will allow me, interact with some people who've made comments, right? So today I happen to see a dude, and you know, he's ranting and raving, he's displeased with me. And at the end of this long rant that he goes through, he tells me, and you're not active, you know, as if that is insulting to me, right? So I happen to look at his username, right? And I go to his YouTube page. And so I see this dude has a obsession with people who he feels are prison YouTube influencers. I don't want you guys to think for 1 second that this dude is, or I felt that he was on me because I was black. No, this dude, he didn't like me, or it seemed like he had a problem with anybody that, in his words, was a prison YouTube influencer. So, you know, he had videos he had made about Pear Young, which who happens to be an Asian dude who does YouTube. He had many things to say about some of the Mexicans who make YouTube, Kev Max. And so, like I said, for 1 second, I don't want you guys to think that I think he was upset with me because I was black. No, it wasn't that. You know, this dude, well, matter of fact, let me just read to you guys what he said, because I want to get this right? So this is what he said. He said that it's clear proof that the mainstream's narrative of Chicano prison lore is false, and a well-spun, manipulated lie designed to glorify a self-destructing lifestyle that leads many of us vatos locos to think going to prison is cool and a normal way of life, right? So basically, he's speaking out about going to prison, thinking that prison is cool and a normal way of life. Well, then in turn, why would you turn around and try to insult me, insinuating that I'm not active, as if it has a negative connotation to it, right? And so, you know, I've been in prison. I was in prison for a long time, and this dude took me as one of them dudes, man, who ran across so much information, it drove him batty, you know. I'm sure anybody out there, black, white, Mexican, Asian, if you've done a certain amount of time, you've ran across these dudes who are these know-it-alls, man. They retain all this information and they read so much, it drives them crazy. And he seems to be one of those dudes, right? I can tell by a lot of the things that he's talking about, he's definitely an older dude. You know, he's talking about a lot of things in the earlier times of prison, 60s, 70s, so on and so forth, right? I'm not going to mention his name, because I'm not fit to give the dude no shine, right? But my thing is, anything without a strong foundation is not going to last long. Whether it's a building, whether it's a church, whether it's a school, whether it's a house, whatever, right? And what I say by that is, if you have it on your page and you feel strongly enough to say that, going to prison is not cool or a good way of life, then don't turn around and get upset and become emotional and try to use that same argument that if going to prison is not cool for Vatos Locos, then going to prison is not cool for blacks. It's not cool for everybody. So don't try to use that as a way of clowning me, telling me that I'm not active, thinking that you're going to hurt me or you're going to insult me. You know what I'm saying? And so, if a person disagrees with a person, let's just say this, if a person disagrees with a person being a snitch, you have to disagree with snitches from everywhere, not just the ones you don't dislike, right? And that's just an analogy that I use, right? So to further answer this dude's question, hell no, man, I'm not active. Are you crazy? Listen, man, I don't know how old I look to you, right? But I'm 52 years old, man. In my opinion, right, dudes who are concerned with that should be in their, man, 25 and down, man, kids, man. If you 30 years old, if you over 30 years old and that's all that you have to hold on to is being active, is if that's where you hang your hat at, then, in a way, I feel sorry for you, right? Because life is bigger than that. If that's all you have, you don't have anything that's more valuable to you in life. You don't have anything that means more to you in life than being active, then that's crazy, But I see a lot of dudes, right, who will follow individuals just because they're older. Being older doesn't equate being wiser, right? And so, just because a dude is old enough to be an OG doesn't mean that he has the information or the wisdom to be an OG, right? And I'll see a lot of dudes say a lot of things, and I just sit back and I watch, right? Because if you let a person talk long enough, it's going to show you who he truly is, man. I wake up like this, right? I'm not one. Anybody that knew me in prison or on the streets know, man, I am the same 99% of the time, man. If something is bothering me, I'll stay in the cell. I'm the same jovial, happy-go-lucky, laughing, clowning dude that I am all the time, man. Stuff like that doesn't bother me, right? So never get this twisted, right? I come on YouTube for entertainment purposes only, right? Now, when I drop my content, I try to give it to you guys unbiased. I try to give it to you fairly. And I try to find things that I feel my YouTube prison audience is interested in. But don't get it twisted, man. I'm not overcommitted to this YouTube stuff, right? You hear a lot of people who will come on their channel and say, you know what? I created my prison YouTube channel to save lives, man. Well, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? My channel was not about saving lives, right? Now, if you happen to get something from it that you can incorporate into your life, or you can have some information that'll make you do something a little more positive than you was, then so be it, right? Because I believe there is life lessons in everything, man. You have some people who will, let's use another analogy, right? They may see a homeless person and look down on that homeless person because he's homeless, not knowing that that person still may teach you how to be a millionaire. He may be able to give you information that you can be useful with, right? Once again, anybody that's done any amount of time, we have all ran across those type of people in prison. They are extremely smart. They are extremely intelligent. They have a lot of useful information. But for whatever reason, once they get to the streets, they cannot execute for whatever reason. They may be dependent on drugs. They may have some type of, physiological order or disorder, that stops them from doing whatever, right? But that doesn't mean you still can't get information from these dudes to help you in your life, right? So like I said, my page is not about saving lives, man. I do one segment periodically. It's called Free Game Friday, and that is garnered specifically at the youth to help them be smarter and move smarter, right? But we all know, right? I can go outside. You can bring me 20 young gang members from the ages of 15, maybe to 18, right? I can sit these dudes down. I can talk to them 25, 30 minutes, let them know how my life and others was affected by going to prison, all the homies that I've lost, all the things I missed out on by being in prison. And when I'm finished talking, Maybe one or two of them dudes might change their mind. The rest of them is right back to the street, man. I'm a realist. Some people are going to learn the way they're going to learn. So like I said, I'm a realist. If I wanted to be in the profession of saving lives, I would have been a damn EMT or a lifeguard. You know what I'm saying? So I come to you guys, man, for strictly entertainment purposes. I try to be fair and honest with what I give you guys, but some people are entertained and intrigued with what goes on in prison, and that's nothing. It's nothing wrong with that, right? I like to watch boxing, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want to be a boxer. It reminds me of a time, man, when I was in prison and I went to the law library, also the library, because both of them are in the same building or whatever, but I was checking out some books, and the book that I happened to be checking out that particular day were some mafia books. And the old white librarian, now the prisoner was checking out the books, but she happened to be sitting close, and I guess she read the title of the books that I was checking out. She said, "I don't know why so many people in here are interested in these mafia type books." And so I turned to her and I said, "Well, probably for the same reason that you into Mozart and Shakespeare and all that other stuff that you're into, right? I hate when people try to force their likes upon another person, well, this is what I like. This is what we consider the fine arts. And this is what people should be listening to. No, people have a wide variety of tastes, right? I've read all types of books on a whole bunch of different subjects by a bunch of different authors. I've read everything from books about Pancho Villa to Always Running, La Vida Loca by Luis Rodriguez, books by Asada Shakur, Taste of Power, Elaine Brown, Seize the Time by Bobby Seale, Revolutionary Suicide by Huey Newton, Blood in My Eye, Pillars of the Earth, Ken Follett, books from John Edgar Hoover to John Dillinger. And I've read books about the Native Americans, the Ghost Dance, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, Touch the Clouds, The Lakota Warrior. I've read all types of books, Makes Me Want to Holler, Nathan McCall, No Disrespect, Sister Soldier. I have literally read hundreds and hundreds of books, whatever I find entertaining, right? So, certain things, it only matters to people as much as they let it matter, right? I remember right when I first got out, maybe around 2018, or maybe it was around 2019, somewhere around there. But anyway, I happened to go to a water park, and the people that I was with, we walked over, we went to the bathroom. And so I sat on the bench, and I'm sitting waiting for the people I'm with to come out, man. And a young Hispanic dude sat next to me, man. This dude probably was anywhere from maybe 18 to 20 years old, man. This dude didn't know that I had been to jail. I hadn't started doing my YouTube or nothing, man. And he just started talking to me about random stuff. I don't even remember exactly the nature of the conversation, but he was basically saying that, it was a beautiful day out. It's a bunch of nice looking girls here. And we just talked and we chopped it up, man. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't concerned that I was black. I wasn't concerned that he was Mexican. And the dude was just talking, right? When he walked away, it just hit me like, man, that prison stuff is for the birds. That dude had no problems, man, just talking to me. And he was just really talking, just like I said, and just being happy, just talking about a bunch of nothing, but just making conversation with another human being, And so it dawned on me like, that prison stuff is for the birds. Certain things only matter as much as we let it matter, right? Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with the LA area known as the Jungle. This is a well-known blood neighborhood, right? And I happen to have family who stays in the Jungle. So maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, I went out there to visit my people, and I'm out there hanging out with my people. Now, my people, he's older. He's probably about, around my age, 52, 53. So we hanging outside basically in a small little alley by his apartment with some of his homies who are from that neighborhood, and they happen to be Bloods, right? So we sitting there, we talking. It's about 4 or 5 of us. We sitting there and we talking. All of a sudden, one dude look at me and he said, "Hey, what's up, Blood? I be being you, Blood. I know who you is, Blood. You the one with the podcast, Blood. Oh, yeah, Blood got a Boo podcast. I'll be watching Blood. Yeah, what's going on, Blood? Hey, man, I watch you, Blood. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dude called me 1,000 Bloods, you know what I'm saying? But at this point in my life, man, I'm mature. That stuff don't bother me, man. I in prison made friends with a lot of bloods, man. And, you know, at one point in time, it dawns on you, man, the only thing that may have kept me and this dude from being the best of friends is his mom happened to buy a house in this neighborhood, in this city. My mom happened to buy a house in that neighborhood, in that city, man. I got a gang of good blood friends who I keep in contact with today, or I've talked to several times since I've been out, man. 7 Up from Athens Park, Snow from Swan, Psych from Bounty Hunter, my boy Snuff from 2Ps, even though I haven't talked to Snuff. That's a good friend of mine, man. Johnny from 30 Pyru, you know, Boogie from Bloodstone Villains, I think he's from, one of my good friends. So, you know, that stuff don't matter to me no more. You know, I'm a mature dude now. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100 though, right? After we finished talking, I jumped in the car. I got to thinking to myself, I said, man, this dude just called me 1,000 bloods, right? Hey, as I thought about it, man, I wanted to get out the car, go up to the dude and say, hey, homie, you might as well take me to y'all park and get me put on. He called me so many bloods, I felt official. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff only matters as much as you let it matter, man. You know, and so if a dude is running around thinking that I'm concerned with still being active at the age of 52, he got another thing coming, man. Well, I mean, what would that look like, man? You know, I done 24 years in prison, and I run back out to the same madness and craziness that took me away from the things that are extremely and important, right? Because a lot of us gang members, no matter how official we was on the streets, no matter how loved we was on the streets, if you've done any amount of time, man, let's keep it real. How many times were you able to call back to the hood and get some money? You know, how many times were you able to call to your homies and have them break you off something? Especially back when I was doing time before all the cell phones and things like that, right? So, you know, you may have had a couple homies. I had a few homies that would look out for me when I could catch up to them. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them dudes started doing time themselves. Some dudes smartened up and went and got families and stuff. So, you know, man, a dude, if a dude, like I said, if that's all you got to hang your hat on is whether you're active or not, then that's definitely not a good look, you know. When I do my YouTube, man, I try to be extremely guarded about the personal information I put out there just for dudes like this, right? You know, now often when I go live, even though I don't go live much, a lot of you guys, if you happen to catch my live, from time to time, you'll see it's a weirdo who comes on there. He comes on there talking crazy, calls me all type of busters, telling me I'm broke, I'm old, all types of crazy stuff. Then I swear a day or two later after I go live, this dude will hop in my inbox on my Instagram and tell me, hey, what's going on, OG? Man, I like you, man. You really inspire me, you know. I looked up 2 days ago. This dude is liking all my songs. So this dude is obviously, man, this dude is obviously crazy. I feel that the dude is on drugs and things of that nature. So that's why I never get caught up, man, arguing with these people, because you don't know what a person is going through. You don't know who that person is, right? Also, I failed to mention the dude who was upset with me because I have a prison YouTube or whatever. This dude has one of those faceless YouTube channels. You know, he doesn't never show his face. He often, from the 1 or 2 videos that I looked at, he uses artificial intelligence to read the messages that he's trying to get out to people. So my first question to you is, why are you hiding? Why are you not showing your face? You know, so like I said, once again, I'm not just to mention the dude's channel because I don't want to give him no shine, but you know, to think that you're insulting me by telling me that I'm not active, man, that has no bearing on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely know who I am today, man. And I definitely feel good about myself, right? So if you think Chill is going to be out there at 52 years old, riding and sliding, you sadly mistaken, man. So anyway, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.
Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a to his kneecap.